our purpose on earth? Previously, we learned about our purpose in 4 questions, and we are able to cover the 2 questions, whose we are and where we are. And today we want to learn about why are you here? Because when the purpose of someone or something is unknown, misuse is inevitable. So it's good to know your purpose in a particular place and even the general purpose unto which we are here, basically on earth, or even in any place you're working or any place you're serving. In this lesson, we'll be able to understand that our life is on earth to produce, to be productive. If we are not productive, then it means our purpose on earth is not really relevant. But for us to be relevant in this community or in this world, really we have to be relevant in what we are doing. And as we have said, it's always good to know your purpose, that misuse may not be there, because as far as you don't know, you can easily be misused. There are several things that probably when we do them, our purpose is well visible. And number one, we are here to be fruitful. So the reason why we are here, why are you here, is a question we need to answer so that we can understand how effective our purpose is. So to be fruitful. I'll define fruitfulness in this way: the offering of solution to other people. The offering of solution to other people. Remember, a tree and its fruit, no tree eats of its own fruit. Like a mango, for example, doesn't eat its mango. So therefore, the mangoes produced are for the people or even for the animals that eats mangoes or fruits. And therefore, even in our life, the reason why we need to be fruitful is for the sake of other people. So this is one of the things that are indicators to your life, to know whether I'm on purpose or on my own selfish gain. So anything that is about others is more of a fruit. But anything that is of selfish gain is not a fruit, because as we have defined that no mango tree eats of its own mangoes. Therefore, our production of fruits is for the sake of others. So the moment you're able to have a fruitful life, and other people are enjoying your stay, are enjoying your company, are enjoying what you're doing, it means that you're producing fruits that are relevant to their life. And we see number 2, we are seeing the reason why we are here, it is to multiply. To multiply. And really, it's a multiplication of seeds. Remember, we're giving an example of a mango. A mango has two things that are produced by it. One is a seed, and another one is a fruit. And you're seeing a seed is hidden in the fruit. So in as far as we are fruitful, then there is what we call potential growth within the fruit. And we don't eat seeds. Seeds are invested. So therefore, in this multiplication in our life, in reference to our topic, our purpose on earth, is investing ourselves in other people's life through offering services. So the moment we are offering services to other people, or even teaching other people, or even helping other people to develop their own self, then we are multiplying ourselves in them. And eventually people will say that this is such a person helped me to understand myself, helped me to understand my stay on earth. So therefore, when you talk of multiplication, we are talking about you multiplying yourself in other people's life. The question is, how many people have you in them? Because of what you spoke, because of what you did to their life that impacted their life. Because that determines your purpose. People think purpose is something strange. No, it's not something strange. Purpose is something that you do willingly, you're happy doing it, and you're impacting people. The moment you do something that it is impactful to other people's life, and it is changing their course of direction, then you have an impact in their life, and therefore you're fulfilling your purpose on earth. So therefore, investing yourself in other people's life is one of the way we are able to have that seed of our life in other people's life. Because even like, for example, a mango, when you have that seed, when a person eats that fruit, eventually that seed, he's able to plant it in his own farm or maybe somewhere else. And eventually this same mango is multiplied in somebody else's farm. Therefore, even in our own life, that's the way we are able to multiply ourselves in other people's life. And therefore, it is good to be fruitful. Another one is good to multiply yourself in other people's life. That defines why we are here. So number 3, we are seeing that we are here to replenishing. Remember, we are living in a world whereby things are being used at a higher rate, and therefore it is our own responsibility to replenish. Replenish means to add on to that which or probably had finished, or that which is being used. Replenishing, ensuring that there is no lack of something that probably you're offering in other people's life, because purpose is all about others. So therefore, it's a term used to a constant supply to other people's life, to other people's need. So when you are replenishing other people's life or replenishing the earth, that means that whatever thing that is needed for the sake of other people, it is always available. So therefore, as we continue with this topic, we'll be able to understand that we are here to do all these things, not for our own sake, but for the sake of God. So therefore, we are seeing replenishing is one of the ways, is one of the reasons why we are here, and a way to understand, and a way to know whether we are on purpose or we are outside the purpose. The other thing we need to understand, the reason we are here is to subdue the earth. Subduing the earth. You know, it's either you will subdue the earth or the earth will subdue you. Subduing means putting under control. That the earth is not over control, is not out of control. So in your area of purpose, are things in control? Is your world in control? Is the area you're covering in control? Are you in control of your area? Because I always believe everyone, even though there is a major world, there's still what we call our world. And that's what we are talking about. We're saying our mission as Reach Out Global is all about lighting up your purpose that you may impact your world. The first world you need to impact is your world, and then the other world. Because when your world is lighted, when your world is having light, therefore other people will come for the light. So therefore, we need to subdue the earth. In your area, in your world, things should be in control. Things should be organized. Things should be in order, so that at least we are able to see a sense of orderliness in your life and in the life of other people. We see this in Bible, where Genesis 1 verses 28. We will see, we want to emphasize that point of subduing the earth and see how shall we be able to be fruitful, multiply, or even replenish, or even subdue the earth. So when we read Genesis 1:28, it says, and God blessed them, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it. And then it still continues and say, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over everything that moves upon the earth. So how shall we be able to be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue the earth? It is by dominion. Dominion is being in charge of a certain area or certain things. And therefore we are seeing dominion is in 3 realms. You've been given dominion over 3 realms. We are seeing the number 1 dominion is over the air. Air is a spiritual part of this earth, the air. the spiritual part of this earth, and then we are seeing over the earth, the things that moves over the earth. That is a physical realm where we are seated, where we are running our business, where we are doing all these things. We have dominion there. And the other realm is in the waters. Under the waters, we still have dominion. So man has dominion in every area, above and even on the earth, and even below the earth. There's still dominion over everything. So therefore, in these three areas, we are seeing that man needs to dominate. If you don't dominate in these three areas, therefore, your purpose somehow will not be effective. Because when we are able to dominate the three areas, we are able to do things in a better way, in a way that we understand our purpose. Because really we are not here for any other thing except the purpose unto which we are created to do. Because the three realms defines our area of specialization, and also gives us the three dimension unto our purpose. Looking at our purpose, it should affect the three areas of our purpose. Remember, in God's economy, we have something we call commonwealth. Commonwealth means that there are things that we own commonly, and we are able to access them depending on our area of purpose. And therefore, it's good to know that we have a spiritual realm, and we have a physical realm, and also we have that area whereby we have a reasoning, the psychological area, where we are able to reason and to think. Because if you don't understand that in these areas we are able to impact our world, will be very hard for us to be able to fulfill the mandate that we have on this earth. I think we'll leave it there at that point. Maybe we'll emphasize it on other areas, but for now we want to go to the next one, which is, what do you have? What do you have? Because what you have really determines the win of battle. If you probably have a knife in a battle, and you're confronting somebody with a gun, then your chances of winning are very minimal. But when you have a gun similarly to the other person, yours is a machine gun, then the chances of you winning are better. So what do you have? Number one of the things that we have, it is glory from Christ or from Jesus. When we read John chapter 17 verses 22, Jesus is saying, and the glory you give me, I have given them. So we are walking in the glory of Christ. We are walking in the glory of Christ. And glory is a manifest presence of someone. Probably when you're talking about the glory of the president, the glorious event, is a manifest presence, the presence that was visible in the eyes of men. So therefore we are seeing the presence, the active presence of Christ is with us. So we have something that is to protect us, something that we can walk with, because when people see the glory, they see the owner of the glory. So when the glory of Christ is revealed in our life, then means that Christ is within our life. So number two of the things that we have is your body. Sometimes we forget that there is a body we have, because our body is like a vehicle that helps us fulfill God's purpose in our life. Is a vehicle. And therefore, we are to control our body, though it is something that we have, because we don't say, people don't call you the body, but they say your body. So it means that there is you and there is your body. So your body is something that you have. It's something that will not go beyond this earth. When you die, the body is left here. Your soul and your spirit goes beyond, but your body is left. But before you die, how can our body really be of benefit to our life in fulfilling the purpose of God? And remember, body has its own desires. Remember, Paul is talking about there's a war between the body and the spirit, and therefore the body desires one thing, the spirit desires another. So it's only when we are walking in the spirit that we'll be able to win against the flesh representing the body, because the body has its own desire and its own will. But when we are able to subdue it, when we are able to put it under subjection, we are able to use it as one of the things one of the treasures that God has given unto us in this life. So our body is our vehicle that helps us fulfill the purpose of God. And remember, just like a vehicle doesn't move in its own direction. A vehicle doesn't go wherever it wants to go, but we are the one controlling the vehicle. And therefore, even our bodies, at times our body wants to do something else apart from the purpose at which you are called to do. But it's our responsibility to ensure that our body is on course, is always in a particular direction which we are called to follow and to do. So therefore, our body is a very important tool for us to fulfill the will of God. Number 3 on the things that what we have is resources. Remember, we're talking about our purpose on earth, and therefore, when you have the glory of Christ and the glory of Jesus, and we have our bodies, because anybody without body cannot fulfill any purpose. So body is one of the significant things that we have on earth that help us to fulfill the divine mandate. Now we're talking about number 3, resources. Resources is things now that comes in that needs to be spent for us to fulfill the purpose. Number 1 resource is time. Time is a resource. And when we save time, we are able to use it probably in another way that will be of helpful. So time is a resource that we have that we need to really save. We really need to use time. Let's not pass time. Many people are probably saying, let me watch a movie and just pass time. No, don't allow just passing of time, but allow that time be of essence. They say time is money. So when you're losing time, you're losing on money. But when you're spending time well to fulfill your divine purpose, you're able to be of effect on this earth. And therefore, time is one of the things that really we need to save. And that's why David said, Lord, help me to number my days. Number your days. Number your days just means that every day will count. That I didn't waste this day, I didn't waste this day, I didn't waste this time. But we are having a day, you're always busy, you're always doing something, that day will be covered, not being wasted. Number 2, on the same about resources, the things we have under resource is money. Money is a resource. Making money is not a purpose. Many people have lost it because they think that making money is a purpose. No, money is not a purpose. Money is a means to something. Money is not the means itself. It's not the real thing itself. It is a means to something. Money, we use money to get somewhere. We use money to fulfill a purpose. We use money to fulfill a certain desire or even agenda. So making money is not a purpose. But when we know our purpose, when we are able to understand our purpose, then money becomes something that will help us achieve that goal and that purpose in this way. Money, it's a means to fulfill the purpose, to solve other people's problems, and eventually coming back as a reward. So if we were to define money or how we'll get money, it is to fulfill the purpose. Which is the purpose? Is to solve other people's problem, and eventually that money comes back as a reward. Therefore, our business really is not using money. Our business is not really making money. Our business is doing the purpose, using the money, and eventually that money that we properly use to fulfill a purpose, it comes back to us as a reward. And any money comes as a reward will never be lost. But any money gained in vain acquisition, it will probably just fly away and it will be lost. Life is not measured by consumption or accumulation, but by the contribution to the welfare of other people. Let me just repeat that. It's a statement that I wrote here. Life is not measured by consumption and accumulation, but by the contribution to the welfare of other people through creation of jobs and even paying of bills. Let me explain that. We have said that money it helps us to solve a purpose and eventually solving other people's problem and eventually coming to us as a reward. Many people work towards saving money or even making money and eventually stocking up money, having a lot of money, maybe refraining from opening up business to create employment, and eventually they have a lot of money. I remember there's a story in the Bible of the rich, foolish man. God said to him that you're full, and today your life would be required. And eventually he lost it, because now without a life, and you have all this money. And I see Jesus saying a statement there, saying, this is what it happens to those who are not rich towards God. They are rich toward themselves, but they're not rich towards God. So when we are thinking of money as a stocking up thing, as an achievement, as having a lot to keep, then we lose it. And when we have no purpose, our aim is just having more money and more money, then that money becomes a distraction. Because money is an empowerment. And we know if you're empowered without a purpose, that is a distraction. Empowerment without a purpose, it end up in a distraction. So at least have a purpose, work on a purpose, and then when you have that purpose, then money, the way to make that purpose being fulfilled, it will be on the way. It will be able, you will be able to achieve a certain threshold in your life, not by making money, but by fulfilling that purpose. Because when you fulfill a purpose, we are able to touch so many people, and the same people that we touch are able to respond back. Maybe not in monetary values, but when we create, like, for example, employment. It is a business of God, because they are praying to God for employment, and now God, through you, people's prayer have been answered, and therefore, in God's economy, then in your account, there's something that probably is being added, not in terms of monetary value, but because you created employment, and probably you helped in paying bills. Because sometimes we think paying bills is not a responsibility, is not one of the things that we do, but paying bills is very, very important. Because when you pay a bill, somebody somewhere will be paid. For example, in the Kenya Power, when you pay your bills, somebody in Kenya Power will have a salary, and that salary will help that mama mboga. He'll go and buy in mama mboga in that kiosk and in that shop, and therefore, eventually, you're able to fulfill a general purpose of provision, in this life, and therefore, having the divine purpose, the purpose of God in your life in this way, then God is able to answer prayers through you. Remember, it is His purpose. So when we are able to know that life is not measured by accumulation or by consumption, how much you consume by yourself, or even how much you accumulate, but your contribution to other people's welfare, it will help you so much solve so many things and so many troubles and so many problems in your life. There's another thing that we need to learn in the same thing. We are concluding on what we have. What do you have? We are concluding, and we are seeing a man's life is not measured by his amassed possession, but by value he adds to the welfare of other people. It's the same statement, but again, a little bit enhanced, that is not about immersion of wealth, but by value which we are able to put in other people's welfare, other people's life. When you change one life, you are able to change so many other lives. So it's always important that you see that in your life, you're changing lives. Don't just live your own life. The purpose is all about other people. We've seen that being fruitful is all about affecting other people's life, affecting other people's livelihood. And therefore, it's always good to understand that in our purpose is all about touching other people. Now we want to go to another thing. Another thing that we need to understand, so that at least our purpose will be able to be more visible, is the importance of being on purpose. Now at least we know why we started by the fact that it is His purpose. His purpose. Let's do a little recap. In Psalms 138 verses 8, we read about God will fulfill his purpose for me. So it is his purpose in me. Other versions says that God will fulfill that which concerns me. It is a concern, that which concerns you. And therefore, that which concerns you, it is a purpose. It is his purpose in you. Sometimes we tend to be like selfish, but when we understand the purpose, it's God's, we are able to know so many things. And through the 4 questions, whose we are, whose are you, where are you, and then why are you here, and then the last one that we finished is what do you have. We are able to understand, we have at least an understanding of the purpose unto which God created us for. Having read that we are here to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish, and to subdue the earth through dominion. So the thing that if you lack, you will fail in everything is dominion. If you don't have dominion, when a seed is planted in the ground, it has to subdue the earth. It has to overcome the earth. Remember, it is covered by the soil, but it has to overcome the earth for it to get up at least to above the soil, and eventually after some months it is able to be fruitful, and then after some months is able to multiply through seeds. So it's all about dominion, and a mango tree will dominate an area. Within no time, if there is no one taking those mangoes, they're falling down and the seeds are falling within the same area. Within some 10 years, we'll have so many mangoes at a particular area. Remember, there is wind blowing those pieces of mango to a particular area, maybe within the vicinity. And therefore, that same area will have what we call, will be dominated by mangoes. That's what we mean by domination. It is having yourself in so many other people's life. At least people would say that such and such a person is of help to me. And now we want to